want to talk about gentle parenting. When I say gentle parenting, I'm not talking about being walked all over by your children. I'm talking about connecting to your children, holding a space for them, not having to discipline them and punish them to get a result, not having to be this hierarchy, this need for control over your children. I'm talking about gentle parenting. And you'd have heard me say before that if you want to be a good parent, you have to look at your own stuff. Same thing with gentle parenting. If you want to be a gentle parent, you have to be gentle to yourself first. You have to first look into your own gentle self. So how do we be a gentle parent to our children? How do we gently raise them without punishment and discipline and pain and hurt from the parent? It's quite simple. We have to look and understand what the child's going through first. We have to connect to the child non-violently. We have to go, hang on, what's happening for my child? Why are they hitting their brother? Why are they doing things that I find incorrect for my child to do? What is happening for the child, and how do I deal with that? Okay, how do I work with that without having to create a violent situation? How do I non-violently communicate with my child? How do I teach my child? So to take the learning for you a little bit further, let's discuss trauma. So when we're violent towards a child, we create trauma. Okay? We create trauma because there's no lesson in it. When we keep saying no to a child without explaining what the no is, the child creates a micro-trauma. So what is the opposite of trauma? The opposite of trauma for me is a lesson. So when a child's walking towards the road, a young child's walking towards a busy road, you grab the child, you put it back, no, don't go there. We create trauma. Necessary trauma, of course we want our children to be safe from the road. I'm not saying that is wrong. But if we take it a step further and we go, no, don't go there. And we go to the child's level and say, the road is dangerous. You could get hurt in the road. That's why I pulled you back. So we can use aggression to save our children. We can use that urgency to protect our children and then go into the gentle parenting of saying, that's dangerous. This is why I've pulled you back, because the road is dangerous and you could get hurt. Look at those cars going past so quickly. Go up to a car and touch the car. The car is hard. If it touches your body at a fast speed, it's going to make you sore. It's going to hurt you. Explain and understand to the child, for the child, what's going on. So we're being gentle in the process of teaching the child by explaining. So they're learning a lesson. They're learning. Okay? We don't constantly say no, no, no to a child. We have to be aware that we need to communicate on the child's level, gently teaching the child what we believe our society, our way of bringing up our children, our point of view is, without creating a violent process for the child. Gently communicating. Now, this is easier said than done, and I'm aware of that. I've raised 2 children myself, and sometimes you go, no, 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 and some days I think to myself, I think I've said no to my son 100,000 times. It just keeps saying no the whole time, and I'll actually bring him in and say, we're having a no day today. We're having a real tough day today. What's going on? Are you feeling okay? What's happening? And I try to understand what's going on for him. Even whatever he says, I still try to go into what's going on for him. I recently had that with my son, where he was going back to school. The day before, he was all over the place. He'd been on holiday for a week. He didn't want to go back to school. He didn't want to go back into that rhythm. We'd had a really interesting holiday. He didn't know how to settle in. So I was understanding, and I then understood what's going on for him. I was able to be more gentle with him. I was able to say to him, so what good things about there could be going on for school tomorrow? What friends haven't you seen for a while? Tomorrow you're doing pottery at school. That's nice, isn't it? We put those things in place to make him understand, to make him see the positive of things. But I have to first understand what's happening for my child. I have to be willing to step back from my irritation, from my low tolerance level, from my tiredness. Step back, own my stuff, and then connect to my child as a human being who's owning their stuff, gently understanding what's going on for my child. And bringing in other aspects, which you would have read in my book, if you've read my book, How Not to Fuck Up Your Kids, you would read that how to communicate with your child. In my book, I talk about leaving my son's school. If I turn left with the car or right with the car, there is a shop that sells ice cream. And every day my son wants ice cream. Winter, summer, doesn't make a difference. He knows there's a route towards ice cream. And I can't blame him. I like ice cream. We're the one who taught him how to like ice cream. And ice cream's full of sugar and his body wants those calories. He's a growing boy. So I spent some time really working out what I need to say to him, because I don't want him to have ice cream every day. It's not healthy. So what I learned to say was, because I love you, because I want to be the best parent I can possibly be, you can't have ice cream today. We can go home and we can take some apples and some oranges and juice them or squeeze them and cut them up and put them into ice trays and put them in the freezer, and you've got ice cubes, ice lollies later, natural ice lollies. Sometimes we will stop and have an ice cream, but if I don't want him to have ice cream, I gently say, because I want to do the best for you, because I want to be the best parent, because I love you, because I want you to be healthy, the answer is no. And that definite, defined, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. I'm going to be very clear on that, and I'm coming from a loving, gentle place, because I love you, because I want to be the best dad or the best mum I can be. You cannot have ice cream. With children that are being aggressive, we want to separate them. We want to get them away from aggression, but we shouldn't use aggression to deal with aggression. We should use gentleness to deal with aggression. So going to a child, sitting with that child who's been scratching at a sister or a sibling or been bashing things, and take them in and gently hold them in that space and connect to them. And see, maybe there's some frustration going on for them. Maybe there's some anger going on for them. And letting us help them with that. Letting us help them express that anger, that emotion. Gently connecting and understanding what's going on for our child. And then, this is the most important thing, re-educating. I can see this is how you're dealing with that. Let's try this way. Re-educating your child constantly in everything they're doing. Re-educating so that they learn a way, another way, a different way, other ways of dealing with their situations. That's what parenting is for me. Gentle parenting is teaching our children other ways to gently deal with life. Thank you.